I have an interesting video idea. On my channel, I just got done streaming on Twitch, the Jimbo and James show every Friday night. There's a channel point redeem that will turn my mic into a desk phone, but I want to change it a little bit. I want to go a little retro and use a cordless phone. So I think I'm going to set that up now and create a video about how I'm doing this. So that's the premise of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, if this video helps you, give me a like and a subscribe. Let's get on with it with some unboxings and stuff. I've ordered everything from Amazon, so hopefully I can get this set up tonight. Alright, let's get into some unboxing. I'm using my phone to record this, so sorry with the lighting and everything. I'm going to leave links in the description for what I'm using today. Amazon is a great source for sourcing parts, obviously. So let's get into some unboxing. This is my first ever unboxing video, by the way. What do we have here? That's right, guys. This is the next channel point you can do. It'll make me use a cordless phone. This model number is VTech VG101. That's what I'm using, but you can use any analog phone for this setup. Sorry, I had to kind of get that open off camera. I was struggling. It's white, includes a brand new battery, power cord, phone cord. You're going to need that. The phone itself, the handset itself, the charging case. Again, it's white. The one I opted for has a speakerphone button. The one I have currently is the same phone but doesn't have the speakerphone button. I want that speakerphone button because I plan on using this for just everyday calling too as well, because it's nice to have a house phone, you know, I guess. Also, I can program it to have a separate number, which I'll show you guys how to do in the second half of this video. I'll program it to have a second number. And then how I connect it together is in this box. I did get this box from eBay, but I will leave an Amazon link in the description of which product it is, or which product would work, I guess. It is an affiliate link, so it does help me. God damn, I guess I'm opening this upside down. Alright. The product I will be connecting that analog phone to is a Linksys model. It's an internet phone adapter, and the model number is PAP2T. And if you look on the side, it has your Ethernet in, a line 1, and a line 2 for analog, and then power. Lights on the other side. I have a phone 1, which is line 1, phone 2, line 2, internet, and a power light. In the box of purchase that I did, the seller included the power brick, which is a 5-volt 2-amp power supply from Linksys, Cisco. A phone cord, analog cord, which is nice because now I have two that I can use for line 1 and 2 if I want to try. I actually do want to try using line 2 for a fax number. I have a fax machine. I know I'm retro right now. And then he also included a 1-foot Ethernet Cat. I think this is Cat 5, but anyway, a Ethernet network jack, which I have plenty of these. So let's get started in plugging things in and going from there. I know I have to reset this because it is brand new. So I'm going to read the directions. I know you have to use the phone to call a phone number. After you plug everything in, you call a phone number and it resets it for you. And then you call another number and then it gives you the IP address of this. And then you can set it up online. So I'm going to go ahead and get started setting this up. I'm going to do that off camera and then come back on. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright, I am all plugged in. This analog phone plugs into line 1 here on the ATA. The Ethernet jack is actually plugged into the back of this phone for now. I may plug it in. I have a switch back there next to that access point there. Probably I'll put it there eventually. Power, all plugged in. I've got the Google directions on how to reset the ATA now. So this is my first time trying it, so if it fails, I guess I have to pause the video and look up another way or something. First thing I did when I plugged this in is I went into settings and I turned off the key beep. It's like when you press buttons, it doesn't. So I went menu, peel this off. Satisfying video. Satisfying. Alright, so I go menu, and then you scroll down to settings, press the middle button, which is select, and scroll down to key tone, press select, and make sure you can turn that off and on if it's annoying. I turn mine off, and then when you do select it, press select, it'll give you a confirmation tone. So now the directions say to pick the phone up. I'm going to do it on speaker. I don't hear any dial tone, but it says to dial star 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sepura configuration menu. Please enter option followed by the pound key.
Okay.
Or hang up to exit.
So then it says 7, 3, 7, 3, 8, pound.
Enter 1 to confirm.
1 to confirm.
Enter option.
Okay. It looks like it's restarting because this phone got activated because it's plugged in. So that's why that phone lit up. So let's turn that off and put this back down. And then now I need to find my IP address for this. So it looks like I have to do a 110 pound after it's done booting up. So I'm going to do star 4 times. Let me just verify that. Again, I'm Googling everything as I'm going along here. Yeah, it looks like I hit star 4 times and then 110 pound. And then it'll give me the IP address that I'm going to write down. This IP address is okay for you guys to hear because it's an internal IP and not an external IP. So let's try that now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sepura configuration menu. Please enter option followed by
110
the
pound.
key.
So 1,
1,
0 pound.
192.168.1.148. Sepura configuration menu.
Okay, so I'm done with that. Now I can use my computer. So I'm going to go over to the computer and record the rest of this from my computer setup. Okay, now I'm on the computer. This is actually my second attempt recording this because I tried to set the IP statically through my router, but I kept getting a red light on the Linksys box. So now I'm going to try doing it through the Linksys box itself. Right now it's set to DHCP and I want it static. And the reason why I want it static is because I put it into a different SIP group on my firewall. So that's the reason why I want it. This is optional. You can actually leave it the way it is it'll get a new IP address all the time, but I'm going to set this as static as 192.168.1.72, and netmask is going to be 255.255.255.0. My gateway is my firewall, which is 192.168.1.1. Hostname, Linksys PAP2. You can name it whatever you want. Domain, I'm going to leave blank. I do have a domain set up, but I'm going to leave that blank for now. Primary DNS, 192.168.1.1. And I'm going to use Google. Or you know what? Yeah, I'll use Google. 8.8.8.8 for my secondary. Save settings. PAP2 is updating your configuration. Unit may reset. So it's probably not going to reset now in this way automatically because I just set the new IP address, which is now pinging. So let's go over to 192.168.1.72, the new IP address. There it is, guys. It worked. Showing me the primary DNS, the secondary DNS, correct. I'll add the domain later. User shows nothing. Okay. User 2, system. Cool. I'm in. All right. All the directions say that I should go to admin login over here. There it is. Okay. I want line 1, line 2. I'm focused on line 1 for this cordless phone today. How do I achieve that? Well, there's a couple different options. There's the cloud option and there's the self-hosted option. And I'm going to do the cloud option because that's what I have going on right now. I use VoIP.ms. VoIP.ms is actually extremely cheap, and I use it to run our Jimbo and James show podcasts and everything else, the Shoot Your Shot Sports Network. I've got probably 10 different lines running through VoIP.ms, and I do get a commission if you guys sign up using my link in the bio. So click that freaking link in the bio, guys. Thank you. Thank you. How I'm going to achieve this is I'm going to log into my VoIP.ms account after you sign up. And then you're going to hold on. I'll pull it on the screen in a second. I just don't want to show my personal information here real quick. Okay. I can edit this out. All right. So go to VoIP.ms, create an account, get a new DID phone number. After you get a new DID phone number, you're going to want to create a sub account. So right here, create sub account. I know my mouse is freaking out. After you create the sub account, this is the page you're going to get. So the username is going to be your account number. And then you want to call it basically like a username. So in this case, I'm going to call it wireless, I think. Password of your choice will be something Very secure. Very secure. The device is type is going to be an ATA device because that's what it is, or IP phone or soft phone. This is also the setting that I used for my physical phone too. Caller ID is going to be like your main DID number or whatever. I don't want to click this because I have other numbers here, but that's the main DID number I do want to use. If you did a custom caller ID, which I do plan on using in the future, you can click this and type in your cell phone number. And then when you call out, it'll make it look like you're on your cell phone. So I can actually use, I almost dropped it. I can actually use this and call out from it, and it will say that it's calling from my cell phone. So that's an option for line 2 on this ATA device that I'm probably going to explore at a later date. Canada routing, I just have value. I leave basically everything the same. Music on hold. I do want some music on hold because I do plan on using this in the podcast environment or transferring. I can transfer the call. So let's just do easy listening for now. You can upload your own later. I do want to actually enable *225 for balance because that's handy. Although I log in, I usually just log in. If you're in a corporate environment, you probably want to leave this disabled. Language English, record calls, no, but you can at a fee. Transcribe, no, you can at a fee. Parking lot. I do want to add this to my parking lot, but that's probably another video on itself. So I'm not even going to go there. I'm gonna add it for now. And then account name or description. I think this is important because this, when you look at your DIDs, you'll know which phone it is. So white cordless phone. And then this is going to be extension 13. So I'm going to put white cordless phone 13. The security. This is not my IP, just so you guys know. That's not my IP, but I'm deleting it anyway. I'm on a VPN right now. But this IP restrictions is where you can put your IP. I'm making crap up. This is where you put your IP to your house or your business or your whatever. Again, if it's your business and you have a static IP, I highly recommend this. But if you're at home, like me, who gets a rolling IP or like a dynamic IP, this is I leave this disabled. This is disabled for me. Select allowed POP servers. I'm in Chicagoland, so I do Chicago 4 for all of mine. And this is important. I want all of my sub accounts all and my main account all to be on Chicago 4 because then they can call between each other. If it's not Chicago 4, like one Chicago 3 and one Chicago 2 and one Chicago 4, they can't call between each other with like extension 11, extension 12, or extension 200. So all of them have to be on the same chicago4.voip.ms or whatever location is nearest you. So I want to restrict this phone to that. I'm not going to enable this now just for this demo, but I want to enforce like that. That's key. Down here at the bottom internal extension number. This is extension 13. I want to dial extension 13 from my desk phone, and it rings the wireless VTech phone. So 1013. You can make this 10208. You know, you can 102 or 5003. Make this whatever you want. Max of 10 numbers, I guess. But I'm making this 13. If I miss a call from this phone number, I want the voicemail to be my main voicemail that calls my show. And I'm going to extend the ringer from 25 or from 20 to 25. And then I'm going to pull this off screen for a second because it's going to show my info, but I'm going to click create account. Remember that password we created, by the way. Please allow 1 minute for it to take effect. Don't worry, I'm not waiting. I'm not going to make you guys wait 1 minute. I'm just Googling real quick how to actually do this correct, because there's a few timeout stuff. TAP2T. There's a few timeout things here on this screen that we have to worry about. I'm going to zoom in. Line enable, yes. I want line 1 enabled. All right. So I need to be in advanced view. So see how I'm in basic view and I am logged in? I need to click switch to advanced view. Line 1. Here it is. Line 1 enable. SAS enable, no. I'm looking at the website how to do this, which I'll link in the bio as well, or down below. 30. Everything looks pretty much across the board of what I'm looking at now. Proxy, where it says proxy, is where I need to start. So proxy is going to be chicago4.voip.ms in my case. No, yes, no, normal. Apparently that's correct. All right. Register, yes. This is going to be 180. Proxy fallback interval is going to be 180. Display name. This is the subscriber info that we need to fill out. So let me get just get the correct info here. Okay. So here are the directions right here from that website that I'm going to post down below. Again, this is my first time doing it too. I'm doing it live with you guys. Under line 1, keep alive, Nat keep alive, yes. Nat keep alive and Nat keep alive, yes. Okay. Nat mapping traversal, yes. Nat mapping. Nat mapping traversal, yes. Guessing is this one. This is probably where I'm going to fuck up. So make sure you guys do this right. Proxy, Atlanta.ms, I use Chicago 4. Register 180. Display name, John Smith, replace with your name and your company name. See requirements below. Display name, J&J Show. Username and password are the ones I set up. Oh, that's going to show my password. Let me hide that real quick. Let me just hide that real quick because I don't want to give the world the password I just set up, even though it's random. Use DNS service, no. I'm trying to find the next spot, so hold on. All right, I'm off of that. Oh, wait, I'm not off of that. All right, right above where you put your username, it'll ask for the proxy and registration. Use DNS service is a question between the 180s. Just make sure that's at no. DNS service auto prefix also no, which is across from it. Mine says no. All right. I can show my screen again. Now it says step 5 to configure your adapter with a better dial plan, allowing for faster 10-digit dialing, local, US, Canada, to enable 7-digit dialing. Basically, if you wanted to dial 555, area code 555, phone number 555-1212, instead of dialing that all out, you can just dial 555-1212. So I do like this feature. I'm old school. So I'm going to copy this. When I call my dad, it comes in handy. So I'm copying this and I'm pasting it into the dial plan. Actually, cancel that. I'm going to actually go to my desktop. I'm going to open up a new text document, paste it in, because all the 555s that you see here should be your local phone number. So I'm going to substitute mine real quick. I guess I can show my area code. I'm in the 630 area code. 1630. Where else does it? I think it's somewhere else too. I guess it's just there. Okay, so it's just there. That first spot. Copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. If you're doing this at home, it looks like this is the only area code spot. I'm not sure what 310 is. I know 911 is obviously emergency. I don't know what star 275 is. Okay. Step 6, save settings button at the bottom. Okay. Let's try to click save settings, guys. This should refresh back into the page because I did not change the IP address. It did. And am I online? It says I am online. So that means I should get a dial tone. I get a dial tone. So I'm going to call extension 11, which is my desk phone, to call out. So 11 talk. Nope. Okay, what if I dial in 13? It comes up caller ID too. I'm going to show the screen real quick. That's what we typed in there. So let's answer it. Hello. Hey. Yo. Testing. Whoa. I'm not focused. Works. It works. I can't seem to figure out why I can call. Let me try calling 12 because that also rings the desk. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out why I can call in, but oh, it's calling. It's calling. Yo. Hey. Test. Sweet. All right, so this is actually linked into my system. All right, so that was part 1 of this video. Getting that set up. I'm excited. Part 2, I'm going to record next. I'm going to stop this, but it'll be part of the same video, but I'm going to include this all into how I get it to work with Twitch. So if you're interested in getting all this set up with Twitch, stay tuned, guys. I promise you'll like it. All right. I am remote controlled into one of my computers that I run all the time that hosts a Streamer.bot account. It hosts the microsip account. And I run a police scanner on this and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to get rid of the police scanner real quick. But yeah, I run a police scanner here on my desk that feeds into the network that, like, you know, with an antenna and stuff. But anyway, that's another video. So I use Streamer.bot to control this microsip session, and it all kind of will make sense here in just a second. So with microsip, this is a soft phone. Basically, this soft phone is connected to, I don't know if I can show this without giving my personal information. I guess I can just blur the screen. Nah, I guess it's okay. Call it what you want. Account name, Chicago4.voip.ms. Again, has to be on the same server as your other devices. SIP proxy, Chicago4, username, your regular username, domain, Chicago4.voip.ms. Login should be blank. Password's the same password that you set up. Okay. Rewind. Flip the script. Actually, I forgot I'm using StreamYard to record this. So rewind. So you have to create a second sub user. I forgot to mention this. You have to create a second sub user. So your wireless phone, my wireless phone is my one sub user. My desk phone is another sub user. My computer is a third sub user. So that's how I have that set up. So create sub users per device. And then this, I probably should have said that in the beginning, but VoIP.ms, Chicago4.voip.ms, and then the username is the sub user for just this computer instance that runs all the time. I leave this computer running 24/7 with this open. Password, same password I set up from like when I set the user up. Display name will show up on the caller ID. Jimbo and James, that's my show. Voicemail number, I don't deal with that because all the voicemails for the show from VoIP.ms go straight to my email and I delete them. So they only go to my email. I don't care. If you do care about voicemail, I know there's a few other YouTubers that go deep diving into the voicemail of VoIP.ms. So, but that's how I have this set up. So I'm going to cancel out of this. This is my microsip. And then my StreamerBot. This gets fun. This gets fun, guys. Create a folder somewhere on your desktop or somewhere in your system, I should say, that's hosting the StreamerBot, preferably. And you're going to want to create some bat files. So I'm going to copy this 11. I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to call it 13 because that's the new wireless phone number. So let's call this 13. If you want to do this from scratch, you know what? I'm going to show you guys how to do this from scratch. So hold on. Let me just copy and paste what I need. All right. So create a folder somewhere in your device. Right click on it. Say new. You're going to want to go to a text document. I'm using Windows 11 for this. Call it the extension number, 13 in my case. It's just easier to remember. I have like 11, 12, 201, which I don't use anymore. Answer, and a bunch of other crap I have in here. But 13 is what I'm working on now to call out to my VTech phone. Open that up. And you're going to want to post, like basically wherever you made that file at. In my case, it's on my desktop. So it's like C users, James, AppData, local, microsip, name of the folder, microsip answer. Oh, I'm going to have to edit this out. Or you know what? I'll just leave it in. I messed that up. This is where your exe file lives. It'll probably be the same for you, but your username will be whatever you log in with Windows as. My name's James. Jimbo, James, same fucking name. Put your username there. AppData local microsip /microsip.exe /11. Copy this, guys. This is going to be important. You're going to need this you're going to need this a few times. So make sure you have this. In this case, I'm going to do 13 because that's the extension number I want to call. Save as. Desktop microsip answer. It saved it as a text doc. You don't want it as a text doc. You want it as a bat file. So this save as type, click all, and then 13.bat. 13.bat, and then click save. As soon as you do that, you can close this. In fact, you can actually delete the this text document since I have it copied, or you can keep it as like a reference. Rename it template. As soon as you save it as a .bat file, if you click this, it'll start calling my wireless phone. So let's double click this. Don't know if you hear it. Hello. You can see like the waveform works. Okay. Now you're going to need a few other things. I also use Answer and Hang Up, but I run those through Home Assistant. If you want me to do a video on how I integrate this with Home Assistant, it'll be probably a rather extensive, long video, but I can show you. Let's edit the answer. So the exact same way I created 13, you'd create answer, but instead of this being 13, this is now /answer. Same with hang up. So hang up, where am I? Hang up. Is /hang up all. You got to make sure you do hang up all, because if there's two calls in there, you know, it should hang both up. So hang up all. All of this is in the microsip website documentation. And this first part, if you're still confused on how I got to here, that's the application folder. So this is the application folder where microsip lives, which is if you go to your microsip on the desktop, properties, you'll see here. That's how I get to that folder for the first part. All right, so now you have a BAT file that you can click and it'll call the phone, and you also have a microsip thing set up here. Now I introduce you to Streamer.bot. Streamer.bot is a great, I use two. I use Streamer.bot and I also use Mix It Up, as well as Node-RED and Home Assistant and a few other things. But Streamer.bot basically controls the phone call thing end of it and the printer. I have a fortune cookie printer. So anyway, Streamer.bot, platforms, log in, do that whole thing. Channel rewards, create a channel reward. Actually, yeah. Okay, so add a channel reward. In my case, I'm going to duplicate this. Jimbo mic is a cell phone. Jimbo's mic is a cell phone. I'm going to call it Jimbo's mic is a home phone, wireless phone. You can change it later, and it's just here. You want to enable it if you want it to go live right away. I'm not going to enable it. I'll enable it. Cost it up. I'm going to do 1002. Jimbo has to use his wireless phone as a mic for 5 minutes. Home studio only. Obviously, if I do like an IRL, I don't want it to go off. Or, well, I want people to know, like, I'll give them a refund. For me, this is important. Redemptions skips queue. I want to make sure this is off because I tend to go in and refund people things. Max, I only want one person per stream to do this. So 1 and 1. And then a countdown of 1,800 seconds. Up to you. These settings are completely up to you guys. Action. I'm not here yet. I'm going to clear this. So it'll say no action. That's fine. That's fine for now. We're going to come back to this. So click OK. Now I have 3. And if you go to your Twitch page, it'll show the new redemption. It won't do anything. So then I go over to actions. And I'm going to want to the Jimbo desk, let's say. I'm going to duplicate this again. It's just easier for me since I set it up to duplicate things. I'm going to edit this. So I duplicated, I edit. I'm going to call it Jimbo Wireless. The actions I want the wireless to do is send me a chat. How you do that is you right-click actions right-click Twitch channel. Where is it? Chat. Okay, right-click chat, Twitch chat, send message to channel. I will tag at %user %, and then say said whatever should use the OG wired desk phone. In this case, I'm going to do OG wireless phone. And this will chat your channel. So from your OG wireless desk phone as your mic, blah, 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 blah. Home studio only. Get it. I boom something into my channel, which is an emote. Then I perform an action. This is where it comes from, guys. So you're going to want to go to system, I think. Yeah, okay. Yep. All right. So what you want to do is right click. If you're setting this up brand new, right click here. And then you're going to go to crap. Where was I? Core? Yeah. Go to core, system, perform command. When this box pops up, you're going to want to point, like click these 3 buttons and then point to the .bat file that we created of like 13. This is something else. So I'll actually show you that one. Okay, so this says 11. I'm going to click this button. And I'm going to point this to 13. I'm going to click OK. And then working directory should be everything up to here without the 13.bat. Then click OK. You probably won't have this, so I'll explain this real quick. Get my attention blinks my lights because I have it set to like a home assistant thing, and it blinks my lights. You won't have this, but it's an idea for any tech guys. And then I delay 10,000 milliseconds, call the phone. So it's a little delay. It's a 10-second delay. And then I have a 5-minute timer. So delay. Again, right click, add action. I always forget where delay is. Where the hell is delay? Core. Timers? Timer? No. God, I can't find it now. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I think I Googled it to find where delay is too. And I just copy and paste it every time. Probably need to do that. So anyway, add a delay. There's the delay. And then I send a Twitch message saying it's been 5 minutes. at percent user percent, which triggers like the user that originally said to do the command, said, and then I say my username, can hang up the phone now. You could also add another command where it hangs it up or automatically for you, where it's like cuts you off. I don't want to do that. I could, but I'm not going to. Once you have that Jimbo Wireless, in my case, set up, then hopefully you're following along. I know I'm all over the place because I've been drinking after our show. Then I go to commands, and I have cell, I have desk, and then I'm going to add another command. Right-click add. The command is going to be wireless. I can test this for you guys. Group is going to be redemptions because that's the group. The action is going to be Jimbo Wireless. I want to click off ignore bot accounts because I actually have a bot account that can control this for me later, not now. User permissions. I only want me, my bot, and my cousin, James, to be able to control this because we're live during all this. So then I click OK to that. And then I go back to actions. And then I go to Jimbo Wireless. I'm sorry, not actions. Wrong spot. Platforms. Channel points. Jimbo mic is a wireless phone. And then I change the action to Jimbo Wireless. Click OK. That should be it. I know it's a lot. I'm going to pull up my Twitch page real quick, and I'm going to try this. But I'm going to try it via the command because I am not currently live. Taking a while. Go Bears, by the way, guys. Go Bears. Hopefully we can do this next year. Yeah, right. But anyway. Oh, crap. I clicked something. Go back. I clicked a clip. Chat. You can test this while you're offline. Since I put like limiters on the channel points, see, it'll pop up, but I can't redeem it. If you turn those limiters off, they will work. Sorry, I'm trying to find like where I am here. I am not even sharing my screen. I'm sorry. Share screen. All right. So now I'm on my Twitch page. You will see the new channel points. Jimbo's mic is a wireless phone. It's not disabled. It's enabled, but it won't work because I'm not live because I put those limiters in. But I can test it by simply putting command wireless and then pressing enter, and it will call from the scanner computer thing, the microsip. There it is. My lights are blinking. It's going to call in just a second. Just a second. I have it. There it is. It's calling. Testing. Yep. Okay. That's done. How do I get it into my stream? Two ways. The first way, let me go back to that computer. All right. So the first way is to just basically route the audio, go to microsip settings and route the audio into your OBS. If you're like a sole streamer, you're the only guy. For me, I'm a podcaster, so I want this audio to be for everybody. So we use StreamYard. That's our method of madness here for the Jimbo and James show and the Shoot Your Shot Sports Network. Shout out to Richie, by the way. So what I did, they have something called virtual cables. What virtual cables is basically I have to find another browser tab. Virtual cables. If I can spell. Virtual cables, vb-audio.com. You have like cable A, cable B. They're the same people that make voice meter. What you want to do, what I did, is you want to get both virtual cable. You want to pay the $5. Here it is right here. A and B. Get the A and B. It was like $5 or $10. Totally worth it. Made this whole thing happen. After you download it, install it, all that jazz. Ring device and speaker are going to be the same. I have cable A. Microphone is cable B. So remember that. Ring device and speaker A, microphone B. It's going to be confusing, I know. Once you're in StreamYard, you're going to want to go to settings, obviously, or before you even go in. And I run this on a separate computer. So if you have a laptop laying around that you can fire up Streamer.bot, microsip, and StreamYard, that's how I do it. And I shut the camera off. So again, the microsip ringer and speaker is A, but on StreamYard, mic is A. So just make sure you reverse them. So ringer, speaker A, mic on StreamYard A. Microphone on microsip is B. Speaker on StreamYard is B. And then I make sure I have my echo cancellation off. And I'm good to go. I'm actually going to enter this studio live where I'm recording this real quick. So this is how I enter my studio before we're ready to stream. I shut my camera off. I have our phone number here as a display to remind me. Settings. Audio. Again, mic A, speaker B, because it's opposite. Everything looks good. Let's enter the chat. I come in. I'm getting like, whoa, I'll probably get crazy feedback as soon as I click this. But then I basically bring the audio in. So see how I brought it into the stream? I'm pointing at my screen like you can see my finger. Bring everybody in, including that. And then if I go to my Twitch channel, I'll leave this open. I almost closed it. Go to my Twitch chat. I'm going to type wireless. Again, only me, my bot, and my cousin can do this because I locked it down. I'm going to type command wireless. You'll be able to hear me now. This will start calling this microsip. There it is. You hear it calling too. Hello. can hear me. Yo. I can turn the volume up, down at the bottom, right here. I'm going to hang up. I hung up. You can turn the volume up and down and whatever based on your needs. And then also you can, and this is on this microsip, you can also in settings change your ringtone too, which is really cool because like you can put like a cool custom, if somebody's calling your show, you can auto answer. So it auto answers. You can auto answer based on caller ID. So like if it's your phone, it'll auto answer, or somebody else's phone. Auto forward, call forwarding. There's a lot you can do with microsip, and it's free. I pretty much just covered how I set this up. That was actually a really long video. I was not expecting this video to be this long. My voice is hurting because I did a 2-hour show before I recorded this. But I'm going to end this video with a few test calls from my cell phone just to kind of be a cool retro person. So thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you guys on Friday. I'm live on JimboSliceChicago, twitch.com/JimboSliceChicago, live on Fridays. See you then. Link in bio. You guys are going to be able to hear my air conditioner because I don't have headphones on. Desk phone, computer phone, regular old wireless phone can all call each other because of I'm on Chicago4.voip.ms. So this is 13, so 13 speaker. Hello, hello. Feedback, of course. And then let's call 11. It took a second last time. And of course it doesn't work. Oh, there it goes. It just takes a second to call out, I guess, which... So I'm told that the delay out, there's a fix for it, which I'm going to YouTube because that was like 12 to 13 seconds. So I'm going to fix that. I do like these phones. I have 2 of these. I have one of these, but then one without speakerphone. And the other one I've had for probably 5 to 7 years. So review, I love these. Any other questions? Pop them in the comments. Of course, sorry for the really long video, but I have fun making these videos and my voice is about to die. So see you guys on the next video. If you guys want to know how I integrated with Home Assistant, just let me know. Thank you. Peace.